The day I found out she was cheating was the quietest day of my life. I saw the messages, the pictures, the undeniable proof that the woman I planned to spend forever with was living a double life. My first instinct was to scream, to confront her, to let all the rage and hurt pour out. But then a strange sense of calm washed over me. I took a deep breath, put the phone down, and said nothing. That silence, that single decision, was the start of everything. She came home that evening, kissed me like nothing was wrong, and asked about my day. I smiled and told her it was fine. Inside, a storm was brewing, but on the outside, I was a placid lake. I realized that an explosive confrontation would only give her the satisfaction of seeing me broken. It would give her a reason to paint me as the crazy, jealous partner. I wasn't going to give her that. Instead, I decided to play the long game. My revenge wouldn't be loud and messy. It would be quiet, calculated, and devastating. Over the next few weeks, I became the perfect boyfriend. I cooked her favorite meals, listened to her stories about work, and planned romantic date nights. She blossomed under the attention, thinking my renewed affection was a sign of our strengthening bond. But every smile I gave her was a mask, every kind word a carefully placed stepping stone on the path to her downfall. While I was playing the part of the devoted partner, I was also gathering information. I documented everything, every text, every call, every lie she told me about where she was going. I was building a case not for a courtroom, but for the court of her own life. The guy she was seeing wasn't just some random person. He was a colleague, someone she worked with on a major project. A project she was desperate to lead. This was my opening. I started to subtly connect with people in her professional circle, not to slander her, but to build my own reputation as a supportive, stand-up guy. I'd show up at company events with her, charming her boss and coworkers, always speaking highly of her talent and dedication. They saw a loving couple, and I made sure of it. She had no idea that I was weaving a web, and she was walking right into the center of it. The day of the big project presentation arrived. Her entire career was riding on it. The night before, I prepared a special dinner for her. I told her how proud I was, how much she deserved this success. She teared up, thanking me for being so supportive. That was the moment my heart almost broke again, but I held firm. The next morning, as she was getting ready, I looked her in the eyes and said, "There's something you need to see." I handed her a single, beautifully printed photo album. It wasn't filled with our memories. It was a chronological story of her affair, complete with dates, times, and her own text messages as captions. Her face went from confusion to horror to pale shock. She started to stammer, to deny, but the evidence was irrefutable. I just stood there, quiet. Then I said, "Your presentation is in an hour. I've already sent a digital copy of this album to your boss and the entire project team. I wish them luck in finding a new team lead." I turned, picked up my already packed bag, and walked out the door. I never raised my voice. I never shouted.
Oh.
My revenge wasn't in a fiery confrontation. It was in the cold, hard silence that followed me as I walked away, leaving her to face the ruins of the life she had tried to build on lies. In that quiet moment, I finally felt free. Thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to subscribe for more.